Hello world, this is Lisa Friedrichsen, your friendly professor from Johnson County Community College. In this short screencast, we're going to talk about CSS selectors. So far, we've only worked with two selectors, the body selector and the H2 selector. And both of those are element names over here in my HTML. The body tag and the H2 tag identifies heading level 2 titles. So you may be tempted to call body and H2 selector elements in your CSS, in your style sheet, but don't, because the selector is sometimes an element name, but it can be so much else. For example, say that all you really want to do is organize your folders black, not all of the H2s. In that case, you might come in to the opening tag and identify it with a descriptive ID such as main idea. Every ID value must be unique per page, so only one element can have that ID equals main idea attribute value. To style to the main idea ID, you come over into your CSS and reference that ID with the pound sign main idea. I'm going to save my HTML, save my CSS, refresh my web page, and now only the element that is ID'd with main idea is getting that black color style. Now sometimes rather than style one and only one thing on the page, you'll want to style several things the same way. If you want to style more than one element the same way, but not all elements the same way, you can use the class attribute. For example, if I put class equals black text in the opening H2 tags and then come to my style sheet and reference that class, you reference a class name with a period, black text, save my HTML page, save my CSS page, and refresh my web page, I see that just the two H2 tags that have the black text class are now styled, not all of the H2s. The neat thing about the class attribute is you can apply that class attribute to elements of different types. For example, I might come and put the black text into this third list item as well. Save my HTML. I've already got my class style written here in my style sheet. Refresh my web page, and now the black text style has been applied to two H2 elements as well as a list item element. You can also mix and match your IDs in your classes. For example, this top H1 element can have both an ID of main idea as well as a class of black text. In fact, sometimes you'll see multiple classes applied to an element, in which case you simply separate their names with spaces inside the quotation marks. But for this demonstration, let's go back and add the style rule for main idea. Again, if it's an ID, we use the pound sign in our selector. If it's a class, we use a period in our selector. And the rule, let's go with font style of italic. And I'll save my HTML, save my CSS, and refresh my page. And now you can see that both the black text color rule, because that H2 is in class black text, as well as the font style of italic, because that H2 is ID'd with main idea, are both applied to the H2 content. The way I remember this, a little memory aid I use, is that a class period may have many students. So we apply a class to many elements, and class period just goes together, whereas an ID is unique to one person. And oftentimes, well, at my school, every person has a unique number. So that's how I remember that period goes with the class, and pound sign, or the unique number sign, goes with the ID. There are many other kinds of selectors that you'll run into in style sheets, but if you understand that the selector can be an element name, a class name, or an ID name, you're well on your way to building professional style sheets. Thank you.